Hey everybody, welcome back to our Tuesday tune-up. Scott's here joining us with from the Massage All team. We're wanting to give you some tips to help make sure your massages are extended just a little bit longer and you can make it through the month without a problem. We hope that you've actually taken some of these tips and incorporating them in your day-to-day life, that you're finding them beneficial. And scheduling a massage. He's wanting to meet you to be able to give you some ways to make things work.
For
right?
sure, for sure.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we've been trying to do is show some stretches and to be able to deal with the common things that you've been finding your clients are dealing with.
Yep.
So what's one of the things that they're struggling with right now?
Well, one of the things that I thought about talking about today was lower back and piriformis pain. So for those that don't know piriformis, it's a muscle that's right behind glute max, like down there right in your butt. And it's a muscle that originates at your sacrum, at your tailbone, and runs out to the greater trochanter, which is your hip bone. And oftentimes that gets inflamed and it gets really, really painful.
So what are some of the pain that they'll experience if their piriformis is acting up?
The one that really pops up is sciatic pain. And for a lot of people, that's a buzzword. But it's also tricky because sciatic pain can be a true manifestation of structural issues. You could have lower lumbar issues, and if that's the case, that's a doctor visit. You know, that's something where if you've got a slip disc or a problem or a herniation, it's originating from like L4, L5 when you get into the tailbone there right before that. But for a lot of people, it's pseudosciatica, which means we've got muscle tightness. And the sciatic nerve runs underneath piriformis and it'll manifest as sciatic pain down the leg, and it'll come and go as you kind of overwork yourself or actually stay in a stagnant pose if you sit for a long time. If piriformis and the muscles that are there in the hip start to tighten up, it can trigger that pain, and that's what we're here to kind of explain to people.
And man, that is so painful.
Mm-hmm.
It's just excruciating.
It's the worst.
Especially for those that sit in chairs.
Yeah, exactly. This position right here.
Right here.
So
what do people need to know or be concerned about before they worry about the stretch that you're going to show?
They need to understand that this is something that is a complicated issue. We're working with a lot of muscles here. So piriformis is the big one that people understand and have heard of, but you've actually got more than half a dozen muscles that originate off that hip bone and then run under glute max or run into the pelvic region. So you just want to be careful in stretching these things. And so what I was going to show you today was one way to stretch piriformis, but there are a number of alternatives that help you either locate where the problem is or help stretch the other muscles that are firing for you, that are causing the problem.
Well, and if this would be helpful, maybe I can encourage maybe some future times we can kind of show some of those other stretches.
Exactly.
But for today's sake, what were you going to show us?
Well, we'll do this. So the most simple way to stretch piriformis, if you're looking to get just a little bit of relief in that muscle, is one of the simpler ones is to take your leg, whichever side is bothering you, and cross that leg over. And you can do this in a seated position. So for most people, this is the easiest one that they can do. And there are alternatives to it, ways you can get into a deeper stretch, ways you can modify the poses, and you may find some of these if you research it, but we'll do some more videos to kind of show you how they are. So once you get this leg crossed over, you're going to grab the knee and you're going to pull it across body. And the point is to just gently rock it in and get that stretch all the way up. You'll feel it like it's a stretch in your butt, but you're getting the muscle that's running from the hip bone down into the sacrum, and you just gently pull it until you kind of feel that stretch happening. And if you can get that for a good 10 to 15 seconds and then relax, you might get a little bit of a release from that.
Well, that's, I think, something everybody can then definitely do easily, several times a day.
Yeah, whenever you kind of feel that tightness creep up, is a good time to do it.
Now, there's another really awesome stretch that you can do while you're on the massage table. So they would really probably need to come in.
Yes.
And you can show them that one a lot easier.
That's one where we can get deeper with the stretch and you can release a little bit more. So we can also work with the tissue. And so we can loosen that up and soften that up so it's more receptive to the stretch, and we can get a little bit deeper into it. And the point is to give you guys relief beyond just the session. The point is to help you to the next session. So if we see you monthly or weekly, this helps aid in that.
So I think this is a fantastic idea, or a stretch that people need to deal with. So hopefully everyone can get some benefit, and we look forward to next time. Thank you so much for coming. Is there anything else that we need to add?
Come see me.
Yes, that's true.
Folks, sooner than later.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Scott, for taking time out of your busy schedule and helping us out. Appreciate it.
Excellent. Got a pain in the butt? We can help.